Guruji, thank you very much for joining us on Double Edge today. I was just looking at the history of art of living. You've been now around for more than 36 years. May I ask you, if you were to look back more than 3 decades, would you think that you've achieved some of the key goals that you've set out to achieve, particularly in the larger context of a stress-free and a violence-free world?
Yeah, my goal was to express what I already knew and then to bring a smile on the faces. So, and that is to some extent is really very encouraging. I wouldn't say that the job is done because there is a lot of things to be done. And then the prejudice, you see, people have different kind of prejudice. When we started Art of Living 35 years ago, there were a lot of prejudice in the minds of people about yoga, about spirituality, about meditation. But it has taken quite a while to get over these tendencies.
Could you give me some of the challenges that you feel you faced, perhaps which you didn't anticipate earlier? And in some ways, if you were to look at what is happening around us, I was seeing, for example, that you were in Haryana talking to some of the people who've been affected by the riots. Now, that is one instance of, let's say, clearly public anger boiling over on a certain occasion, and we've seen so many occasions and so many occasions where you've been present. Is this in some ways show that we are still a long way to go?
We need to keep making effort to douse the fire wherever it comes up. That's just in our nature to do. I feel it's in my nature. I have to do this, so I keep dousing the fire wherever it comes, encouraging people to do something constructive and creative, and healing the wounds. There are such deep scars in the hearts of people that only, I think, a wave of value system or spirituality can heal that wounds. Inside every culprit there is a victim crying for help. So when we heal the victim, then the culprit disappears, and this is what attention need to be put today.
Guruji, what are the trends that you're seeing today? I mean, when you talk to young people, and let's say when you spoke to young people then, are you seeing the same sense of urgency, the same sense of maybe frustration? Is it increasing?
Frustration is there, pressure is there. Young people today have a lot of pressure to become successful, and parents' pressure and other pressures from around. I mean, they definitely need help.
Right. Are there problems that you feel are peculiar to India? I mean, I know that you've been addressing conflict situations in many parts of the world and you've been acclaimed for that. But do you think that there is anything different in India, and maybe the solutions are also different?
Situations are different here in India, but the root cause is same, is stress, is lack of trust in each other. Mutual trust is missing here between groups, between community, between the rebel groups and the government. This mutual trust deficit is derailing the progress in some way. So what is needed really is to bring people together. That's what we are doing now in this Global Leadership Forum, part of World Culture Festival. Leaders from all different areas of society will converge, they'll discuss, they'll talk. It will help them to find their own solutions. See, you can't go with a ready-made solution for a crisis. We will have to encourage people to find the solutions, because someone else's solution doesn't suit a person, So he has to come up with his or her own solutions. For that, all is needed is a calm, serene mind, an environment which can help you to come up to that solutions.
Guruji, over the years you've been working with many volunteers and trainers who've tried to spread the art of living way of life, which is, particularly the breathing exercises and meditation. Are you getting a sense that, the message that you started with is now being actively propagated to a larger audience?
Of course. We can't hold any of our program in closed auditoriums anymore. We need huge fields to hold our programs. and people are very much interested in it, and they have greatly benefited. And that's why we are planning this World Culture Festival, where 37,000 artists will come and perform. See, it's the sports, it's the music, it's meditation, these are the things which unites people, which creates a harmony among all age groups even. It brings them all together.
If I can come back to the same question, if you have thousands of volunteers today, do you feel that they are managing to spread the message with the same intensity that you started out with about 3 decades ago?
Yeah, I feel my competitor is the cell phone. I haven't reached as many cell phones have reached every home and every individual. So we need to reach out this knowledge to more and more people so that they know how to manage their own mind, their own stress level, how they can find more happiness in their life.
The World Culture Festival, it's obviously a very, very large gathering, and I've seen some of the numbers in terms of artists. You've got over 35,000 artists performing, but you're also facing some criticism at the venue. Are you confident that you will resolve that?
Yeah, of course. See, we have not flouted any rules. We have first asked the permission. When the permission was granted, then we started our work there. It's a temporary work, a temporary stage construction. The main purpose of having it on Jamuna bank is to create awareness about how polluted that river is and how people can put pressure into cleaning the river.
Will your volunteers work on cleaning up and making it greener than perhaps when where they started with?
We would leave that place much better, in much better position, much greener than what it was. And then see, that place was so toxic. Now when we started this enzyme, putting enzyme into the water, for the first time buffaloes could enter into the water, and birds are seen there coming to the water. About a lakh of household is preparing enzymes which are being put into the river that will stop the methane emission from the water and purify the water, and fishes will start reappearing again. We really need to take care of our rivers. 17 drains are getting into the river. It is polluted the river to the maximum. You can't pollute the river anymore. Now we need to see that the rivers are free from the drainage that is being diverted into it.
Right. A related question, Guruji, are you also focusing increasingly on the environment itself, apart from, of course, focusing on mines?
Of course. We have rejuvenated 16 rivers in Maharashtra, Karnataka and Tamil Nadu. And we are the first one to take up Jamuna cleaning program in 2010, where we removed 500 tons of garbage from the river, jerkins and jute and slippers and all this garbage. It's the biggest joke that people say we are polluting the river, because we have 5,000 volunteers every day for a whole month were engaged in creating awareness to keep the river clean. Some people do all this for cheap publicity. They can't contribute positively, and when they oppose for some such big mega event, they come to limelight. So they do it, and I welcome them to do. It's okay. They can take those credits.
Guruji, this is a question I've asked you many times before, but I think it's worth revisiting every time. When you talk to someone who's young, maybe in their early 20s, who's trying to strike a balance between spirituality and work, what would be your message to them?
You don't need to strike a balance, because they are complementary to each other. They are not opposite to each other. They are not opposing factors, because spirituality or meditating few minutes and having a broad vision will only help you in your day-to-day engagements, day-to-day work.
Guruji, thank you very much for speaking with us.